your shadow across the quiet wood, down the craggy mounds, run the falls of Shallendoo.
The three of you, Dust, Paddler, and Akron, went to sleep last night. You guys all went to bed at a very late hour in preparation for we're not really sure, are we, what we're going to do this next day and what's going to happen. You know that your friends disappeared while in the castle, out of your sight, and you were escorted away. You know that they have one of your names.
Whoops.
And they also have Ledger Desk Lamp as visitor of the castle.
It's legit.
Yes, and so you wake up in the Black Pickaxe, and I believe Akron was saying that we needed to go up to the castle and talk to people?
Yeah, get as cleaned up as we can.
And he was saying a lot of stuff. I'm still trying to put two and two together why we need to go to the castle willingly and apologize for anything.
Well,
Dust is going to get up quite early, like bolt upright. Probably hasn't slept very well, is nervous, and he's going to knock on Akron's door after exactly 8 hours.
Oh, okay.
Just
precisely one long rest later.
He's just watching for that first bird outside. Just. Okay, go. Akron, Paddler. Akron.
What?
Paddler, come on. We need to get up. We need to do stuff. All right. They're missing. I'm worried about him. I'm worried.
Still not back, huh?
No.
Neither of them.
Right.
None of that, Paddler. Come on. Shit.
Well, I'll miss them.
What?
What are you talking about?
I'll miss them. Very sad.
Oh.
What are you... Paddler,
Yeah?
what do you think you're doing?
What does Paddler think he's doing? Not getting arrested.
But, Akron, you had a plan, didn't you? You wanted to go to the castle?
I need to.
Yeah, he had a plan. Paddler's plan might be to take a boat and leave Maryland altogether.
What do you mean take a boat, Paddler? Take a boat where?
Anywhere we're not accomplices to fill in with corpses.
You want to flee the city. You think that's the best thing to... I mean, it's not a bad plan. It's not a bad plan. But hang on. No,
Not a good plan.
It's not a good plan, Paddler. Listen to
Look,
him.
we could go someplace quiet. Start over. Open a tavern or
Don't you appeal to my senses, Paddler. You know... Don't you play
just
on my
wouldn't you
emotions.
like to just spend
Don't you
the
start...
twilight of your years
Absolutely.
drinking tea and making
Just
bread
Stop it.
and
Stop it.
telling stories to youngsters with wonderment in their eyes?
Don't
Paddler could sing
toy
songs.
with my emotions
and,
like this.
And Akron could open up a smithy. We could call you Mr. Smith, and no one would ever know who you used to be. We could start over.
I have responsibilities I cannot run from for the rest of my life.
Okay, do you have responsibilities that you could limp away from? Or ride from? Don't have to run.
No.
Damn your misplaced sense of nobility.
We're out to support you as well. We've got this business with Bracken and Drew to sort out. But you seem a bit melancholy. What's going on?
Well, the people I've been traveling with were just caught sneaking into the castle of the Queen, who is my father's boss.
Oh.
Didn't sneak. Walked in. Announced ourselves. Said hello.
Yeah. So, yeah, I need to deal with this before anything else comes of it and figure out where Bracken and Drusilla are, or whoever they were pretending to be.
Right, yes, okay.
All right, so what are you going to say then? How are you going to talk your way out of it? What's your chatty plan?
You want me to tell you so that I have to say it again later?
Well, if you tell me, we'll know and can back you up, since apparently my great idea wasn't so great.
You probably shouldn't say anything unless asked.
Paddler's very good with hoity-toity people.
No.
I am quite the conversationalist.
You are a conversationalist. You're just not good with royalty.
It's probably best you don't know Paddler, so then you can't repeat it exactly as is.
That too.
Right, well, Akron, how can we support you? Do we come with you? Do we stay behind? Do we go and find out some more stuff from the guards?
I would say we all get cleaned and put our best clothes on. Come with, and if they want you in the room, they'll invite you in. If not, then it'll just be me.
What's our relationship? Are we your guards? Are we hired hands?
We're traveling companions.
Ugh. You'll already be in trouble if you admit that.
Well, unfortunately, it's already known.
Shouldn't have hired October.
Right, I'm going to get myself clean. I'll be back in a little while. Ready to go. All right? All right, Paddler?
All right.
Fine, yes. I'll go preen.
Dust will dart off. Go and get ready. Probably put on parts of his ball outfit so he's real fancy.
Ooh. So
Oh,
the
yeah.
cummerbund or...
The cummerbund, yeah.
Didn't we use the
okay.
cummerbund
Okay,
to
the
tie up
tailcoat.
the...
He's had it ironed since then. It's
Okay,
fine.
okay. I was gonna say, I could have sworn we used it as to tie up an assassin.
We did.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Yep.
But
It's a well-worn cummerbund.
it's a very versatile piece of clothing, you know.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys get all fancied up.
As fancy as we ever get.
Akron, you wearing parts of your ball outfit, or are you wearing that green suit?
Probably the green suit.
Okay. The three of you get all scrubbed up and you start heading up to the castle. It's tall and just as imposing as ever. You guys were just here last night, so I don't think you'll need another description, but there is a lot more guards than you previously saw. They are strung along the wall above you. There is still only 2 at the main gate, so when you approach, they have the same state your business.
Hello, this is Akron Drakenfinch. I am looking to have an audience based on what happened last night.
An audience with who?
The Queen or one of my cousins. I don't really care which.
They open up the door and they say, go speak to the secretary.
All right.
Akron, we met the secretary yesterday. I'll say this as we're sort of walking in. I assume we're being escorted? Or are we just...
No, as you remember, this is like a very highly guarded room, so
They're there.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like, you don't really need someone to hold your hands. They'll get you
Aw.
anyway, so.
Okay. I'll just sort of lean forward and whisper in Akron and say, his name's Geth. His name's Geth, Akron.
Whose name's Geth? What?
The secretary. His name's Geth.
Ah, thank you.
We didn't steal nothing.
Good start.
Paddler makes a little locking the key to his beak and throwing it away. Not saying anything over here.
You 3 all step into the familiar entrance hall, and I assume make your way over to the secretary's office?
Yes.
Okay, so in the entrance hall, as you walk by, the throne is actually occupied right now. It is not by Noom, you assume. You've seen a statue of her. Doesn't look like her. It's a elvish woman who is speaking to a small line of people. You can kind of hear the chatters. It's just about daily trade things and some visitors coming into the area. And so we're going to move over to you, Remick. You are amongst this crowd of people trying to get an audience with the advisor of the queen. You've been told her name is Nettie. So what are you presenting today?
I have with me an ancient text that I've been working on translating, and I have concerns that it has like portents and details about future events that are catastrophic to the nature of everything. So in a very logical fashion, I'm trying pretty gently but assertively to make my way to the front of this line and just kind of like talking to anyone who will overhear just about the contents of this scroll.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So you've got important potential
Yeah.
news and nobody is listening to you?
Global weirding is a problem.
So you are a climate scientist.
Wait.
Global weirding. No.
The state of the entire world is at stake.
Look, it's been weird in the past, and it's not weird now, so I don't believe in your global weirding.
It's not weird at this very moment.
You're really being a downer right now.
If you're trying to push your way through this line, then you definitely get stopped by one of the people that's closer to the front and says, "Hey, you just got here, and I've been standing here for hours."
I'm so sorry. I would never be so rude normally, but I'm just very concerned. The contents of this scroll are very important, and I need to speak to someone in charge.
The contents of my taxes are very important, and you need to go to the back of the line.
No, that's very true. I'm so sorry. It's of utmost importance that I speak to them immediately.
What is it?
It's global catastrophes, it's weather changes, it's I haven't finished translating the whole thing, but I'm sure that it's going to be absolutely terrible.
You're gonna go up to the queen with that? The advisor?
Yes! I'm afraid if I wait any longer that something terrible will happen.
Okay. So you three, as you go into the next room, you hear a little bit snippets of this and people arguing in the crowd.
Oh yay, more crazy people.
So many crazy people in this world.
Does Akron say that?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Oh, no, Akron. Weird weather conditions? That sounds a bit...
Oh, there's always someone foretending some sort of disaster or other huge weather event.
He's
I mean,
right.
we have storms that come through every week.
There's about 4 apocalypses a week these days.
I mean, yeah, but...
Who's got time?
Well, this person apparently. What about all the the demons and the things that we've been seeing?
You think they're connected?
Oh god, not more.
Dust is like visibly torn between going with Akron and like going to find out what this person's talking about, but he'll kind of shake his head and be like, "We'll do your thing," but he'll be keeping his one good ear out, just kind of leaning in, trying to listen.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
We'll do your whole not going to jail thing, I guess, but...
He's got a very short attention span, let's just put it like that.
I really want to hear what the half-caught cleric with the half-translated prophecy has to say.
He's a curious cat, okay?
He's a curious cat, as long as he's not a jellicle cat.
Curious cat, son.
So, yeah, when you guys walk in, it's not Gus. Gus was working the night shift. He got to go home and sleep.
Dust immediately grabs Akron and goes, "That's not Geth. It's not Geth. Don't call him Geth. He's not Geth."
Thank you.
Welcome.
So it's a different person, and they're sitting there scribbling just as always. What can we do for you?
Hello, I am hoping to have an audience with whoever is in charge or has time. My name is Akron Dragonfinch. My companions here took on the wrong employer and ended up in the castle last night.
Oh.
And I would like to
These two.
apologize for their actions,
Dust will stand up straight and salute like he did yesterday.
since they are tangentially related to my expertise in the city.
You can literally hear Paddler speak grinding together as he tries not to say anything.
Yeah, they're taking notes in the book. Apologies. So you don't need to speak to the advisor, then you'll... This could be in written form, no?
Sure, I just wanted to get it done as soon as possible and inquire about their employer.
You could speak with the head of the guard about this. They are the ones that are dealing with this matter, and perhaps the lawmaker. Any
All right.
decisions will be left to them. An apology, yes, may do well, but more importantly, information that you have.
Perfect. I would love to speak with them.
If you take a seat, we can get that set up for you.
Paddler, take the one on the left. No, just kidding.
Where should I take it?
And our other party member, our cleric, out in the hall, making their way up to the front of the line to speak to this elvish lady. You do manage to elbow your way in, and mostly people don't want to deal with you spouting this stuff. They are concerned with the things that you are saying, and just would really rather get you out of the hall as quickly as possible.
That tracks.
You are now before this lady.
I apologize for the circumstances of coming here, but I've had this ancient scroll that I've been working on translating. There was a flood that was forecasted in it, and a village that was almost entirely wiped out. and I haven't managed to translate more of it, but it seems to foretell of portents and weather changes and just catastrophic events. I very badly want to bring this to the attention of the Queen or anyone in charge to see if someone will help or if there's anything that can be done to prevent this catastrophe.
There is a person that's making notes in a ledger off to the side of the scenes that you are saying, and you are getting quite a bit of looks from around the hall. Do you want to roll me an insight?
Do I? Yeah.
You don't have to. Maybe you're just too worried about your scroll.
I'm really worried about the scroll. 20, not natural.
Dirty 20.
You are getting looks from the crowd, but you're also getting some looks from the guards that are stationed around the doors. And at one point during your speech, somebody runs up to the advisor and says something in their ear.
Oh.
Nettie, she turns to you. She says, "Where are you from?"
I'm from Bolinvita originally, but I've traveled here and there.
And what is your name?
Rhododendron? Most people call me Ro.
Yes, I thought so. You've abandoned your post, haven't you?
In a manner of speaking, maybe. I think we it was more of an amicable split than anything. But I'm not there anymore.
Yes, well, I do believe that the military in Bolinvita does not see it as so amicable, and I'm afraid that we'll have to hold you here.
Can I just give you this scroll? And I just start pulling out sheafs of parchment out of my bag, just like untranslated notes and little like scribbles and all kinds of weird paraphernalia. Can I give this to someone, please? Like, as long as you just take a look and read what I've managed to translate so far.
You want to give your very important scroll to these guards?
Maybe not the scroll itself, just my notes, my little translations, and probably some odd drawings and doodles in the margins.
Yes, of course we'll be confiscating that. And these two guards walk up to you, and they take your notes, and they ask for your backpack.
Yeah, I give them the backpack.
They start escorting you away from the hall.
Just please give it to her so she can look at it. I'm sure the Queen will understand.
So, Dust, yes, you hear this commotion going on in the hall as you guys are waiting to speak to the lawmaker.
Are we in the same room? Are we kind of in chairs?
No, if you remember, you're kind of like in a side room.
Yeah, little side room. He's sort of poking his head around and like watching all the commotion. He's just like,
"See, I told you it was another crazy person."
I don't know. Akron, seems to me they've got something important. They won't be making quite so much of a fuss if not. No?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Well, they're not taking her out, they're taking her further in. She must be some sort of criminal type. Ugh.
Always assume the worst in people, paddler.
Every single one of you is
Just saying, I wouldn't be caught with that sort of type.
I kind of just look over at Paddler and stare at him for a little bit.
He stares right back.
You are that kind of type, Paddler.
Right, and one of me's enough.
All right.
Excuse me, Miss Secretary. Where might they be taking that person?
Probably down to the temporary holding cells. Considering they are from a different domain, they'll be dealt with over there instead of here.
The cells? It's just for trying to tell someone some information.
I don't know their crimes. But it seems like that there might be more than the scroll.
Oh, right, okay. All right, well, maybe one thing at a time then, I suppose.
Usually crazy people just get thrown out, not arrested.
Maybe they stole the scroll.
It's entirely possible.
What type of person would take an heirloom like that? Some object of great historical significance.
Where is the people that we need to talk to?
Thought we just had to write a letter. Let's just write something down and be on our way.
Unfortunately, we're past that.
After a few moments, the secretary stands up from the desk and says, "I can get you a meeting with the lawmaker if you just follow me."
All right.
All three of you go through that little door that you saw before. Going through this stone hallways, everything's pretty narrow and very tall in this castle. It seems like the building itself was designed in order to be private in itself and keep everything in very strict order. So you're going down this hall, you see there's some doors off to your right and left, but they're very far spaced out. The secretary leads you to one of these doors a few hallways down, opens it up, and there is another person behind a desk. And they are surrounded by a lot of books that are handbound, and they are working in such book right now, taking notes. They gesture to some chairs that are lined up in front of you.
I will take a seat.
Mm-hmm. More bureaucrats. Just great.
They finish writing something in their book and look up to you, Akron, in silence.
Hello, my name is Akron Dragonfinch. Unfortunately, I have been traveling with these two for quite some time, and it has come to my attention that they took the employ of a person without scruples last night and ended up inside the castle.
Nod sheepishly, looking very sorry for ourselves.
That's what happened, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to throw themselves at the mercy of the court and give any information that they have over in hopes of leniency.
Just to look at Padler and just check that we're still nodding and just, yeah.
We are very contrite. Yes.
Yeah.
They look down at their notes and scribble something else down. And your relation to these two?
As I said, we've been traveling together for several months. Adventuring companions.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They look over to you, Padler. The information.
We was hired by the lady to escort her to grieve her father. We were left in the office of the secretary.
Gaff.
And we were told shenanigans occurred and we were asked to leave. But to be in town in case further questioning was needed.
Yeah. We were actually on our way to another duty, and we were in the hall, and then we got asked to come back by Geth, night shift Geth, and then we left because they asked us to. But we're still here, and now we're throwing ourselves at the mercy of your legal ship.
And who is it that hired you?
We thought it was the daughter of the late Owen Bruckner. That was the face that she wore. Didn't see otherwise.
Lynn Buckner. We assume Lynn Buckner.
And why do you assume it is something else now? If you did not see, as you said, another face?
We would not want to accuse anyone of doing anything that we could not 100% verify. And we have heard of that such magic, whereas it's by people changing their faces.
Yeah, they seem to make a new section in the notes that they're
Akron's
taking.
desperately trying not to rub his forehead.
And is there any reason that you would have these suspicions?
Miss Buckner's reputation is above reproach, which was why we were so willing to take position with her, and to hear untoward things were happening led us to believe it could not possibly be the young lady that we thought had hired us.
I see.
And that's all we know.
Have you worked with Lynn before?
No. Only know her by name.
We've only been in town a few days.
All right. Well, thank you for the relevant information. Are you here to defend your fellows, Akron?
I'm just hoping that whatever happened is minimized by whatever information we can give you. I'm not sure what occurred, but I would not like my name to be involved any more than it needs to be.
I see.
I would also like that.
Mr. Dragonpinch has been a very fine and upstanding adventuring companion. He is a real mensch.
Well, you two are not under investigation at this time.
Excellent.
We do not believe that you have any involvement beyond your obvious, already admitted employee.
Next time we will vet our employers better. We've learned our lesson.
Yep.
Thank you.
If you two have any more information that you happen to think of in the next few days, be sure to bring it to us.
Absolutely. For sure we will.
I hope you caught the culprits.
Well, they were within the castle.
Yes.
And sorry, what's in the yes, so they were caught. They were caught.
The situation is still under investigation at this time. I am not privy to give out any information.
Of course. Right, of course.
What's he trying to hide?
Could roll an insight if you want.
I do want.
Or perception. He's got notes out.
14 is my perception roll.
Perception or insight?
Oh, what's gonna be higher for me? They're both the same. Yeah, it's 14.
Okay, but so insight is trying to figure out if he's lying or what he's hiding, and perception is going to be looking at his notes or things around the room to try.
No,
and
I'm reading
out
his face.
what's
Insight.
happening.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he's definitely hiding something. You do notice that he's being careful with saying whether or not these people are captured or their locations known. He also hasn't said names of any of the people that have been taken in yet.
Could I lean forward, sort of thrust myself forward to lean and shake his hand as a kind of thank you for letting us go? And as I do it, kind of put my hand on the desk and like accidentally, in bunny ears, inverted commas, throw the book off the desk and then go,
oh my god,
oh, I'm so sorry. And then just try and like, as I'm fumbling to give it back to him, I'd like to try and get a read of what he's been writing down. Like, oh, thank you so much. Like, oh dearie, oh, I'm so sorry. I've messed up your sheets. I'm so sorry.
Butterfingers.
Oh man, what kind of roll is that going to be?
I'm trying to do too many things in one roll.
In order to actually like get the books away from him and onto the floor, that's going to be sleight of hand and deception to pretend like it was an accident.
All right, okay. So what is it? Sleight of hand first.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7. And then what was it, deception? A 7 and a 13. So, brilliant.
Let's just hope he thinks you're nervous.
I am.
Okay. You don't manage to get the book on the floor, but you kind of mess up some of the papers and just spread them around the table. So now he's flustered and like trying to get everything back in order. And he doesn't really notice. He's too upset about the mess that he doesn't really notice that you're lying or that you might have been making a mistake. So while you are shuffling everything back into place and trying to shuffle things away from him, you can make me a perception to see if you see anything on these sheets.
All right. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm absolutely ridiculous. 17.
17? Ooh, okay. On one of the sheets, you see yesterday's date and times, and so you assume that this is talking about that incident. And you see notes saying missing persons, and then a name you do not recognize.
Oh, what is the name?
Nobody recognizes it.
I don't, because
we don't even know it. It's almost like we're making this whole
I'll
thing
get
up.
it.
Ledger Desk Clamp? Is that the name that we're
Ledger
looking
Desk
for?
Clamp, no.
I believe it's Desclamp.
Desk Clamp. Yeah.
Léger Desclamp.
Léger Desk Clamp. It's like a French thief. Ooh.
Oh, a little cat burglar.
Okay, so I'm rolling up these names trying to figure out what name Bracken would have made up, and one of the lists is literally Gracken. I'm so tempted, but no.
Didn't we call him Kraken last time?
Kraken.
So good.
That would be terrible. He's not that stupid.
I don't know, man.
It's got to be better than Ledger Desk Clamp.
How will we put the pieces together?
It says Theo Vorniv.
Theo Vorniv.
Theo Vornev.
Wow. Okay. All right. It's in the memory. For how long, nobody knows. I will put the things back on the desk and attempt to tidy and shuffle the papers back into some kind of order and prop up the quills and pop them back in their pot and things like that. I'm so sorry. We'll get out your hair. Thank you, Akron. Also, can we leave?
Yes, let's.
Yeah, this person's just busying themselves getting everything organized again as you guys leave the hall. And the secretary is gone, but there's a guard to escort you back through the halls.
So, Mr. Guard, what are the benefits like? You get dental?
They don't say anything.
Retirement?
Have you thought about joining a union, perhaps?
They just silently escort you away.
He's a good guard.
Hello, lovely listeners. This is Lee Baldwin, your GM. Thank you once again for tuning in to Abstract Adventures. We all appreciate you joining us for Season 2, and if you're a new listener here, welcome. We're happy to have you in the adventure. You can keep up with all of our latest announcements and get extra content on our social media pages. We've got Instagram at abstractadventures.dnd, Twitter at adventurousroll. We've got a Beacons page with lots of links on it. That's beacons.ai/abstractadventures. And if you are enjoying the show, go ahead and give us a shout out on there and share us with your friends. You can also support us by leaving us a review on iTunes or rating us on Spotify. It's Season 2, and if you're new here, then you have to know about Even Footing Games. Even Footing Games is a wonderful games company that I am a part of, and so is Jason Cassidy, who plays Paddler. They have a fantastically fun book called Babies and Broadswords, which actually has several expansions by now. You can get those books on Amazon, or you can get the PDFs on DriveThruRPG and start a baby adventure of your own with Even Footing Games. We have wonderful news that Abstract Adventures is now affiliate with Humble Bundle. That's the games you want for a good price and a good cause. You can find the links in the description, but this week we are featuring the RPG Worlds bundle from Kobold Press. This is 52 books for $34. It is absolutely insane how much content you get here. So this is monsters, this is settings, this is adventures, this is loot, this is everything you might need to run a new game without supporting wizards. So go ahead and check out that link in the description to get a fantastic deal and support the show. If you would like to support the show directly and get some exclusive content, you really should join our patrons. Starting at just $5 a month, you get access to exclusive art, narratively written backstories, and an invite to our listeners-only Discord. Thank you so much to all of our current patrons. We've got Dweller Darkstream, Rom Communist, Chai, Holies, and Kristen. It has been so much fun discussing the show with you so far and getting excited for this new season. At 20 patrons, we plan to have a charity live stream game, so if you want to join those lovely listeners and help us reach that goal, go ahead and go to patreon.com/abstractadventures. Thank you, of course, to Jason Cassidy for writing and performing our intro and outro music. And let's get back to the show. Alright, Remick. You two are being escorted by guards. You as well, I guess, not you two. Are being escorted by some guards down some stairs and through these narrow hallways. Yeah, they're not saying anything either. They've taken away your bag and the scrolls that you've presented. As far as the scroll that's important to you, was that in your bag as well?
Can I say, because I have my Pine Marten companion, can I say that I left my Marten outside with the scroll?
With the scroll?
We have matching backpacks, of course.
Oh my goodness. Do you know how small Martens are? How small is this scroll?
It's rolled up, so...
It's the same length as the pie Marten.
Yeah, length. It's like a foot long, maybe?
It can't turn.
It's just a really long scroll on the back of the Marten.
It's a fantasy Marten. Maybe it's a little bit bigger than most Martens.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guarantee it's
that.
not the only rodent with a scroll tied to its back that's running around town
Yeah.
right now.
The streets are rife.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's rats, but yeah.
Can't reach someone with a raven, you gotta send a rat with a scroll. Like,
That's right.
yeah.
Take it down to the Stoat office.
All right. Yeah. You can say that they're kind of in the bushes. Now, this is not a familiar, so you can't telepathically communicate with this animal or anything. So it's literally just like sitting there in the bushes.
I gave him a bunch of rations, and I've tried to fashion some sort of little, like, not like a trap, but using little bits of wood and twigs, try to fashion like a little, like a toy where the animal has to get the treat out from inside. So I put...
So it's entertaining.
Yeah. So he'll stay there.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Being led down these hall and down some stairs, so many stairs, down. And eventually they open up a heavy metal door that is what you assume to be the holding cells and leading to the dungeons of the castle. You are not led that far in. There's some empty cells at the very front. You assume that will be the temporary holding areas, and you are unceremoniously thrown inside one of them, and the door is closed behind you.
I just rush up to the door, is this necessary? I just really, really need to speak to someone. Just please make sure you give my backpack to the queen, please.
My backpack to the queen. Yeah, there is not too many people in the cells around you. You're ignored by the guards as they leave.
How thoroughly do they take my stuff? Like, do they take anything else on my person, or just the bag and whatever weapons I have?
Yeah, it would definitely be your weapons in your bag. If you have an obvious pouches or anything like that, they'll probably take those, but they don't search you super thoroughly.
Okay, can I, after they've kind of gone and abandoned me here, I just pull out my little pan flute from an inside pocket and I just kind of start sadly playing it.
Oh my god.
Sad flute noises.
Okay. So you three are now in the office. Are you leaving the castle? Are you trying to stick around to speak to someone else?
No, if they seem satisfied with what we've given them so far, so I'm not going to push anything. I'm going to kind of motion for everybody to leave as fast as possible.
Before we do, is there anyone, so is the guard that escorted us to the secretary's office left us alone in the secretary's office?
No, the secretary's back there.
Oh, he's back, okay.
Probably talking to a new person, some trader that wants to get a license.
Okay.
I have one of those.
Given that we were just there the night before, is there anything that's been obviously changed on the walls and stuff? You know, me and Paddler kind of rattled through everything. Are there any kind of new notices that, I mean, it was done very quickly. I'm not imagining that we...
Yeah, you can roll a perception.
Okay. Oh, it's not bad. 22? 21.
Oh.
You are sure that there are no differences in this room.
Oh, goddamn.
Besides, there's a new person and new notes, new ledger.
Something seems different. Maybe Geth got a haircut. No, okay.
That seems different.
And in terms of, I know there is a different part of the day and there are new people around and people chatting in the hall and stuff. Is there an increased guard presence inside, not just outside? You said there was people on the walls, but...
A little bit, considering the advisor is in the main hall. She has 4 guards with her as well, along with the ones that were stationed at the doors. So I think that's 10 total.
Okay.
In this room right now, in the main hall.
Okay. All right. Right, what do you want to do, Akron?
We should probably go outside.
You're done here? You didn't want to... All right, yeah, okay, after you.
I'll lead them out as quickly as possible. Once we get like 10 feet past the guards, or 20 feet past the guards, I guess, on the outside, I'm going to say, well, either that guy's really good at his job or one of them escaped.
Yeah, he was lying. He never said they had them both. They said that they were in the castle. One of them must have got away.
Which means... they might have one of them.
I saw a name on a bit of paper when I was messing stuff up. It was Theo Vornev. Do you think that could be one of them?
Theo's a boy's name, most likely Bracken.
That would make sense.
Wouldn't be surprised if Drew Scarpered.
Do you know if it was in regards to who they have or who they're looking for?
It said missing persons. Yeah, they were quite cagey. They didn't say they captured anyone. They must have got out. I hope they got out.
Well, we can hope.
They'd come find us if they did, yeah?
I would think they would meet us at the inn.
Okay. We leave a message for Theo?
Yeah, we got to get back there. If they escape, we got to get back there. All right, come on, let's get back.
You'll ever see a weasel wearing a scroll before?
A what?
It's hidden in the bushes. You can't see.
I have excellent perception.
You don't know what you're looking for.
You hear a chittering? I hear a chittering.
Okay, so you guys are heading back to the inn then.
Yeah.
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 Do I know where the windows for the cells would be in the castle?
There's no windows. It's a dungeon, so they are underground.
Are there dragons there too?
Who knows?
Sorry.
Watch out, Ro. Yeah, that's what you can assume is that it's underground. That's about how your castle was set up, the place where you grew up.
Well, I can't spy and see if anybody's in there, so...
It's very high security.
Back to the inn.
Yeah.
You guys gonna hang out at the inn? Are you just sitting there hoping that someone will contact you all, or...?
Yeah, I think we're kind of just, every now and then we'll just look over to the door and anytime someone comes in.
Dust is going to go straight up to his room and just turn it over and see if there's a note or anything that has been left, or there's a clue, or just something. So kind of desperately searching for information and just sort of talking to himself and going, they will have escaped. They will have got out. They will have got out. They're smart of them. Well, one of them is. The other one, I don't know. Well, anyway, yeah.
Means well.
Okay, all right. And then after, I assume, not finding anything,
No, you turn your room upside down and find nothing.
dejectedly go back downstairs and just sort of sit with the other two.
I'll have grabbed some breakfast and then changed into my work clothes, and I'll be getting ready to head back to the blacksmith.
No sense going back to the blacksmith.
Well, A, either they show up there or here, or B, I finish my work.
For who?
Could still sell it.
Whoever wants to buy it if he doesn't show up.
Akron, couldn't you send Tim out to look for him?
I mean, I could, but the city is huge.
What about, could Tim flit in the cells? Could he flit in the dungeons?
I thought of that, and there's no windows in the cells, apparently.
What about going through the main bit?
Tim is mechanical looking, not really like a real bird, so it's gonna stand out a little bit more.
Hey, Dust.
Hey, what, Badler?
You ever thought about a job as prison guard?
And he pulls the permit out of his pocket.
Oh, Badler.
Waves it around.
Oh, Badler, I forgot about that. Oh,
I don't want to know about any of this.
yeah, best you don't. Akron, you probably wouldn't. Yeah, nothing going on here.
Nope, just a little warm. Fanning myself off with this piece of paper you don't need to worry none about.
I'm leaving.
I'm going to work.
Badler, you little beauty, Badler. The only thing is, I do look the way I look, and you look the way you look.
Yes.
And I feel like we've been in and out of that castle maybe one too many times in the past 2
True,
days.
perhaps. But they know we's hired guards,
Yeah, true, yeah.
and we got official piece of paper,
Right,
and
yeah.
I got Geth's signature
Oh, you have.
here in the old brain box.
Oh, Badler.
Who's not to say he didn't hire us after ascertaining we were such stand-up fellows?
Absolutely, just innocent men. Just innocent men we are, Badler.
And the fact we came back and threw ourselves on to the mercy of the court shows we are honest, law-abiding fellers as well.
Oh, absolutely. After a little bit of pushing from Akron, we are absolutely that. Yes.
Who's to say? We know there are more guards. We counted them when we came back.
And they must need more.
Who's to say they wouldn't hire a couple more?
They must
yeah.
need more right now. Yeah, they must
Yeah.
need more. But here's the thing, Pat. Do we put our detective coats on? That's probably not right, isn't it? We need a guard uniform, don't we?
Might not
Just
be
forget that.
official.
Forget that. Don't you worry.
Yeah, not official uniforms this time.
Yeah, official.
No, we got to look the part.
Didn't we only get one of those, though, Padler? Didn't we?
I'm sure we could find something. How dead behind the eyes can you look? Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, great.
Just
All right.
go with that.
Sorry,
Just go with that.
I was thinking about something else, sir. You lost me for a moment. What did you ask?
We got to look like guards.
Right, got you.
We could just take the permit and say that we're here for our first days, and they'll give us our uniforms then.
Yes. Oh, yeah, all right. Yes. And then we get down in this house.
And we got to make sure that we've been hired as prison guards, yeah. And then we
Right.
poke around a bit.
Now? Shall we go now?
Now's as good a time as any.
Great. Great.
Just
Oh,
right
I've-
back to the castle. I feel like this plan is stressing out Brent in real life, not just Akron.
Just checking my intelligence. Yeah, +0 intelligence. Yep.
Yep, same here. Same here. We are wise enough to think we could get away with it, but not smart enough to probably actually pull it off. Yep.
Never gonna take a crafting job ever again.
Look, we're just going for reconnaissance, all right? We're reconnoitering. I don't know. How to pronounce it.
Reconnoitering.
We're looking around.
Reconnoitering.
Thank you. Yes, that's the one. We're just looking around. We're getting a lay of the land.
Okay, so are you going to make a copy of these permits? Are you going to fill them out right now, or are you just going to look around?
We just
for
grabbed
them?
a couple, right? Yeah, we want to save
Yeah.
one in case we need to make more copies later on. So
Yeah, you'll save the original.
we'll probably both need one, I'm assuming. Yeah,
Mhm,
probably for each of us. Okay, all right.
So it takes you a couple hours, doesn't it?
Yeah, it takes me a couple hours to do the actual forgery.
Copying and everything.
Yeah.
Is there, as we were sort of walking back from the castle to the inn and then obviously going out again, is there an increased guard presence in the city? And is it concentrated in a particular area?
Not that you can notice, no.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like there's any more people walking about.
All right.
Paddler works on the forgery, and when he's done, he reaches way down deep into his knapsack and he pulls out his old soldier's tunic.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And he throws that on just to make him look a little more soldiery, guardy, officially. Yeah.
Duster's
Sure.
going to get changed out of his opera clothes.
Yes.
Into slightly more like, I am ready to help you find people or guard things rather than going out for a lovely evening.
Put on your work cummerbund.
Yeah.
Man of the people with my work cummerbund.
All right, so we've got forgery going on, and you're looking around at the guards. Back to you, Ro, in the cells, sadly playing your pan flute. Are you just like sitting in the corner of your cell,
I think so.
being all sad?
Yeah, I'll see if I can kind of take a look around as well. Maybe taking a break from my sad flute noises. But yeah, I'll poke around and see if there's anything that looks like it might be a wall with some give, or I don't know, just idle curiosity.
Okay, sure. I mean, you can roll. If you're looking around your cell, do investigation.
I'm not good at that. It's a 14.
That's not bad. There isn't much. There's a straw mattress in the corner, stone floors, stone walls. There is bars for your front door, and then you share a wall with another cell. As you're poking around and playing your sad flute, there's a guy that walks over to the wall, and he's like, "Hey, are you a bard?
No, I
You're
just
playing music."
sort of an idle hobbyist. I'm not very good. Sorry. Am I disturbing you? I'll keep it down.
No, I haven't seen anyone all day, so hi.
Hi. No, I'm Ro. Forgive my manners.
Ro, what are you doing down here?
Well, I was trying to present some evidence to the Queen or the attendant there. They didn't really want to hear what I had to say, and I guess I was a little presumptuous, and so they've sort of thrown me down here. How about you? How did you wind up here?
Similar situation, some assumptions, I guess, but it's okay. This is just like the temporary area, so I think that we can still talk to somebody about getting out. I think that there'll be somebody coming soon.
Oh, good.
And he reaches his hands through the bars to shake your hand. My name's Theo.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Theo.
And just between you and me, I've got some friends, and they might be able to help us. We can get out, okay?
Oh, good. I mean, I'd hate to be a bother, but certainly if there's any sort of breakout or any effort to leave this place, So you think that there's a place worse than here? That this is a holding? That they'll take us to somewhere worse?
Yeah, further downstairs, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely. If there's some sort of jailbreak, please, if you don't mind, if it's not too much trouble, I'd love to join.
I don't know about jailbreak, but there's people out there, looking after you, I'm sure. And I know there's someone looking after me, so.
I don't know that there's much in the way of anyone looking after me, but it's a nice thought.
My love waits for me 'neath the falls of shadow. Waits so patiently 'neath the falls of shadow. Sleeps forevermore 'neath the